City Hall. What's poppin', people? It's Dante. I'm walking outside of City Hall here in Philadelphia. My favorite street, Market Street. This is a great place to practice street photography in the morning, rush hour, right? Go where the action is. Where is the action in Philadelphia during this time in the morning? Where the offices are, where the big glass buildings are. Everyone sort of scurries into the offices, and it's a good place to get some photography in the morning. You know, where I believe that repetition is critical in street photography. And to observe the patterns in both nature and human behavior, I believe allows us to thrive creatively, especially in the practice of street photography, where we're observing life in front of us and allowing the serendipity to take over, where we embrace the chaos head first with curiosity, but to actually study the streets through the medium, where you become in tune with the rhythm and the beat of the street, requires this Zen-like meditative process of slowing down and allowing life to flow towards you. Here at this scene with the pigeons, I've been playing here, feeding the pigeons sometimes, making photos, of course, and recognizing where I can position myself and the camera. And ultimately, these kind of photos, right, with birds flying about, it does require a bit of luck, but I believe fortune favors the prepared. And this is just a great place for me to start my day and to photograph. I really do enjoy photographing these kind of scenes because of the spontaneous nature of the birds themselves. You never know what can happen when you press the shutter. You kind of let them flutter and everything falls into place. All of the chaos will fall into place. And, you know, following your instinct and your gut intuition and recognizing when to press the shutter, it requires this sort of recognition of the patterns everywhere. And I like to come to the same location day after day and to observe and play how I can position myself in the camera to make a picture and actually sort of, I don't know, maybe in a way manifest something, because, you know, the more I come back to the same locations and observe the way that the, you know, foreground and background interact, the more I can make judgments and understand things, right? Where I was interested last week thinking, you know, I could make a picture with the bird flying above William Penn and maybe have that be the sort of punctum or the thing that makes the photo interesting, which I then achieved a week later. Now I'm observing the way that the shadows cast here and how the pigeons play in this location. And this is a great thing to do, is to study the different ways you can photograph a certain corner, where I can make a picture this way facing City Hall, or I can turn my back and have the sun to my back, where there's just different ways to approach the same place on the street. And through repetition and recognizing the patterns and recognizing the backgrounds and how you can play with the scenes around you, yeah, it's beneficial, to say the least, right? That, I believe, is a critical aspect of street photography. Repetition and pattern recognition.